In the second year of the USFL and the first year of the XFL 3.0, both leagues had nearly identical numbers in viewership. They're both making it into another year, but they won't be able to survive and thrive in the long run if they don't merge. Here's how these up-and-coming leagues should merge. The ratings were nearly identical this year, with the USFL edging out the XFL slightly. The XFL had a better product, in my opinion, because the USFL is a pretty hard watch. The XFL also attracted more stars, even though the USFL seems to have a little bit more of an evened out product where all the players are more competitive together. The XFL has a few studs that stand out from the rest. The USFL and XFL could become an unstoppable force if they combine their resources together and utilized all their talent and found ways to use it. The end just was bad. If the USFL and XFL merged, they could put their resources together and create a really fun, fantastic league for the spring. And maybe, just maybe, they could make the NFL a little scared and force them to innovate. I think one of the main reasons that these leagues are held down is the talent pool. If you look closely, there are 2 or 3 teams that just aren't as good as the rest because of star power and just all around talent. It's not their fault, it's because before the seasons, they don't always know who's going to be the best and who's going to thrive in this league. How you could help it is if both leagues merge, there could be 10 or 12 teams that would spread the talent out between 10 or 12 teams instead of 16 spring league teams, which then would make the games more fun to watch and the league would be really talented with a really great product. Let's go through a few scenarios of how this could work. They could each keep 8 teams, then just duke it out in a championship game, just like the AFL and NFL used to. But I don't think that's the best way to maximize the potential here. The way to do this is they can take 6 teams from each league, just cut off 2 of them, have a USFL and XFL conference, divide them into a 12-game schedule for the season. Through the top 3 teams from each division make the playoffs. Top seed gets bye. They play to the championship. That championship game would be insane, with some of the best known spring football players like Corey Coleman, Josh Gordon, Wes Hills, all of these guys just dominating out there on the field. It would create a nice talent pool for teams to choose. They could definitely make it an entertaining season. In this spring football fantasy, the USFL and XFL's conjoined league would use the XFL rules of today. Because the league rules are so innovative and different from the NFL, it kind of separates it as a product instead of just trying to look like another NFL. What the league could do is create a star player draft where they have players like Cody Latimer, Josh Gordon, players like AJ McCarron in that league. Wow, that would be insane to watch. That would be like watching some of your favorite college and former NFL players play in another league. They would get another chance. As for the season, I like that the XFL starts so soon after the NFL ends, because you kind of still want football after the Super Bowl. The only problem with this is they kind of ran into the USFL and they kind of ran into March Madness on the way. The USFL had a championship in July, which kind of left them all alone. I don't know which one I like more, but I would lean to having the season start around in February so they could get off to a solid start and people would know who they are, and somehow stretching the season to after the NBA Finals in the middle or late of June. I believe that if the 2 leagues merged, they could be really successful. They would average over 1 million viewers per game and 2 to 3 million viewers for a championship game. While there are complications, I think that this is the only possible way for an extended future of spring football.